This is Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. We are continuing with this great topic about church splits, but today we want to speak about how to handle the pain of a church split as a leader, how to handle the pain of a church split as a pastor, because we have mentioned that it is a very powerful thing, a very painful thing that happens to any person who have actually started a ministry and invest your all in it, and it grows. You've got enough members, you have taught the people, they're matured, you've got financial muscles in that church. So the church is grown in all different aspects of growth, which is the financial growth, which is the exponential growth in numbers, also the spiritual maturity in there, which is the growth as well there. So those growth indicators, they're there in the church, but boom, the church split, and that becomes very painful. Because what it does, it actually shows you that whatever you've started, you must start all over again, and it's not easy. And we want to say that follow us on the previous topic that we spoke about, the implications of church splits, because it's really painful. If you look at those implications, they're very, very painful. Now, in this case, now we want you to look at how do you then handle the pain that you feel about church splits. First thing is, always remember that the church is not your own, but the church is God's. You must always remember that you don't own the church. The church belongs to God. And when you start to differentiate that, you're going to separate yourself away from that which is owned by God. So meaning that God is more cognizant about the church split, and he knows how to deal with it. So you can't carry the pain which should actually be thrown to God, because the ministry or the church belongs to God, not to you. Now, the problem that we have seen is some pastors take it personal when a church split happens, because they feel like they're the ones who are at fault. They feel like they're the ones who have actually contributed towards it, and particularly whereby you think and condemn yourself that you've contributed to the church splits. And want to say that it's not many times where you, as a pastor, you've contributed towards the church split. It's not many times. So therefore, please don't take it personal. Don't think that it is you. Don't blame yourself. Don't condemn yourself, because ministry belongs to God and the church belongs to God. So therefore, allow God to step in and take charge in this particular setup. Now, the other thing is you need to refuse the temptation of hating those that contributed to the church split, because also what I've always emphasized that you understand is when the devil uses people, so you cannot now hate the people that the devil has used. Because if the devil uses people to split your church, it is the devil that has caused them to do that. So you cannot hate the people, because then you are misplacing your anger. You're misplacing your unforgiveness. You're misplacing how you feel and your pain. You're misplacing it to actual individuals who, by any way, they wouldn't have done what they've done if it was not the devil who entered them. Now, we want you to be aware of that, because when you start to understand that it is the devil that used these people, so therefore I cannot hate these people. So please learn to move away from the temptation of hating those people, temptation of hating them to an extent of actually not wanting to talk to them, and sometimes you hate them to a level where you cannot forgive at all. So we are saying that is detrimental to you, because when you harbor hatred upon you, you basically punishing yourself with the hatred instead of the people that have split the church. So they are at freedom, they are enjoying their lives, they've moved on, but because of your hatred, you carry them as a burden in you. And we have seen that many people that carry hatred wherever they are, they cannot progress at all, because there's nothing that can think outside the box when you're flooded with hatred in your mind. So we want to emphasize that please run away from the temptation of hating those people, because it is the devil that used them. And if they're used by the devil, it's got nothing to do with them. So therefore, be aware of that, because that will actually set you free. You need to seek God in prayer for strength and energy to continue with the vision. Because remember that the vision has been given by God. And as you are given by God, that is the reason why I said earlier, don't take it personal. So please hand it over to God. But how do you do that? You must actually hand it over to God through prayer. You must engage God in prayer. You must actually involve Him in His baggage of the ministry, because that is not yours. And don't carry it on your shoulders as if it is yours. Ministry belongs to God. And I want to emphasize to many of you pastors that are listening to us right now, because there are those of you who are going through the pain of the difficulty of the ministry and you carrying it over your shoulders. And sometimes some of you are actually not having food to put on the table because you are using all the money of your family and you sponsoring the church. And we want to say, don't take such level of responsibility about the ministry that God has actually set up through you. You are used by God. Involve God in His things. Don't carry them on your shoulders while this belongs to God. And this is something very, very powerful if you listen to us properly in this regard. How many of us take ministry personal? How many of us take the ministry as if it is ours, and we forget the God of the ministry? We want to carry it ourselves as if it is our own ministry. And that is why sometimes we blame God after we have actually taken over from Him. We never given Him opportunity to run the ministry Himself and to give supplies to the ministry and to comfort us as well, to give us strength. We are not actually praying unto God, handing ourselves over to Him. We are just actually ministers used for leading an allocated or delegated ministry unto us, because the ministry, it doesn't belong to us. It's actually God who has delegated this particular project, which is the ministry, unto you. So please allow God to be involved. Let Him give you strength and energy. Let Him be the one who comforts you. Let it be the one who wipes off your tears of the hard work that you've put, but then it has come to a point where it looks like it is destroyed. So we want to urge you as a pastor to be aware of that. So please share your pain with those who are in your inner cycle. Excuse me. So inner cycle, like your spiritual father, like ministers of the gospel that you are around, that you fellowship with. And sometimes it is through a forum as well, because ministers forum, there are cases where ministers forum work so powerfully, whereby you bounce ideas amongst each other as pastors, and you help each other to really look into how do I then conquer some situations. And I want to emphasize this because there are many ministers that are operating alone in a corner somewhere. They don't fellowship with anybody. They don't have anybody that they can share their pains with. We are encouraging you to be part of the whole network of ministers, be part of the whole work of people that are having the same interest like you, running ministry. So there are those that would advise you better in this particular setup. So please, don't carry the burden alone. Don't feel like you are isolated. Don't feel like you are alone. And therefore, ministry can be shared with those that are around you. And we emphasize in that because we have seen many ministers that want to carry the burden alone. So share your pain with those who are in your inner circle. It is also very important to focus on working with members who remain to support your vision. Because sometimes we are so concerned about those that left, and we actually ignore those that remained. So it is very important that we keep caring more about the people that are around here. They didn't leave. So don't actually behave like everybody's left. No, there are those that are remaining, and it's going to be very important for you to invest your time and your time and your energy actually in those that remained. Remember that also they might be going through the same pain, and you are the one who can comfort them. You're the one who can actually assist them, to assure them. And also when you cry, they'll cry more. If you are in pain and you're exposing it to your members, you're basically discouraging them. And we want to emphasize that you become the anchor of those members that are remaining. You encourage them, you love them, and you make them aware that there are still possibilities, because the ministry belongs to God. So you must be the one who finds strength first from God, so that when you come to your own members, you're already strengthened in a way that whatever you say to them, you're encouraging them, you're giving them hope. You're bringing light to their minds, and they're starting to see things differently. And this is very important that we emphasize that, because many times we actually become despondent as pastors, and become discouraged yourself. And the more you are discouraged, the more your own members actually get discouraged as well. And we're mentioning this because there are many pastors that have given up in ministry, and we want to say, when the split comes, is something that came. Of course, deal with it, because it is there. So the pain that you feel, it must be dealt with by involving God in it. And as we have said also, to speak to those people that are within your cycle and share your pain with them. So focus on working on the members that are around, encourage them, make sure that you build from them, because they are the foundation of the ministry. They know what to do, and therefore let's keep building based on the members that are remaining, and don't cry like everybody has left. So there are still people around, and let's encourage them. Now, guard against the spirit of bitterness, please, and take the strength from the Rehoboth, the well, the well that Isaac dug. Because if you remember, when Isaac dug wells, the Bible says people would come and claim those wells, and Isaac would move and dig somewhere else. This is found in the book of Genesis chapter 26 verse 22, and I'm sure you know that scripture. And he kept on digging, and but he never fails, because God was with him. And we want to make you aware that even ministry is the same. When the church has split and it looks like it is the end, it will never be the end, because God is in it. And we want to emphasize that when God is involved, there's nothing that will actually stop the ministry of God, that will destroy it completely. So therefore, it's very important. Guard against the spirit of bitterness, guard against the spirit of hatred, guard against the spirit of unforgiveness as well. So those are type of spirits that you should guard against, because immediately you embrace them, they are going to cause trouble in your life. I want to end up here today, your host, Micornus Phokane. I'm the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. Remember, on this platform, we are restoring godly order in the house of the orderly cat, and we hope that you are learning out of this. But before we go, we want to remind you of our social media platforms. Our Facebook page is Church Governance Solutions, and also my personal Facebook page, Micornus Phokane. And we want you to be aware of these platforms, like them and follow them. Remember, our TikTok account as well is under Micornus Phokane, with the Instagram as well. So please like them and follow them. And don't forget our YouTube channel as well, because our YouTube channel is under Young Men Empowerment Forum. And we want to invite you into subscribing onto the YouTube channel and build up numbers. Make sure that you share these platforms with your loved ones as well, so that they can listen and share these platforms as well with other people that are close to them. And this will actually spread, and it will help many churches and pastors and ministers that are listening to us on this platform. And I believe that that's the aim, that we are putting this together. We are bringing back order in the house of the orderly God, and we do that with biblical principles. Thank you very much for being with us in this great topic. And may the good Lord bless you and allow us to check out right here and say cheers for now.